Hey, today we're talking about buyer representation agreements and what they are. So what is a buyer's representation agreement? In simplest terms, it's a contract between you and your agent. It's like having VIP access at your favorite concert. You're getting exclusive benefits, access to your agent, access to homes that you may not know about or may not be on the market. And it's an important document that solidifies their loyalty to you and not to anybody else. So why would you just not go and talk to the agent that's listed the house? They probably know more about the house than anybody else. Well, I'm so glad you asked. Because in a representation agreement, that agent's sole priority is your well-being, not theirs, not the seller's, not anybody else but you. Spotlight's on you. The listing agent's main goal is to help the seller get the best deal. So if they're trying to help the seller, they're not going to be able to help you. Another piece of that agreement, which is not to be forgotten, beyond just exclusive representation, is confidentiality. There are going to be lots of conversations about numbers and situations, your finances, your past, maybe financial mistakes, things like that. That information stays here. It does not go to the seller or to their agent. There are many instances in which you might go see a house with a listing agent and you might talk too much, you might say too much, you might tell them too much about your situation. That is not going to be helpful to you. So my job as a buyer's agent, one of them, is to keep your secret safe. Now, you might be asking yourself, gosh, that seems like a whole lot. Like, what's the catch? What's the cost? So that has been in the news a lot lately also. There was a lawsuit that kind of settled the dispute about who's responsible for paying for who. And technically, you as the buyer are responsible for paying your agent. And you can negotiate what that is with your agent, but technically you're responsible. It doesn't mean that we aren't going to try to get the seller to pay a agent, me, that brings a buyer, you, to buy their house, because it's in their best interest, right? Probably. It helps the deal happen. But ultimately, it's up to the buyer to pay their agent. And that fee does not get paid until closing occurs. So there's a whole lot of work that goes into helping somebody find their home, get through negotiations, and get to the closing table. And at the end of the day, we are not paid until the deal is done. So before you sign it, make sure you've read the agreement, and that you understand it, and that you've gotten any questions asked. Typically, I like to go over these with people in person, but if that's not possible, we go over them on the phone. And once you're comfortable, you commit and you sign it, and then you're off and rolling, and you're going to see houses, and you're securing your next step in life. So in conclusion, a buyer's representation agreement really is your ticket to a smooth and safe transaction where you are put first before that agent. And the next time you want to go look at houses, you know who to call. We'll go over that agreement together. We'll get it signed. And if you've got any questions in the meantime, just drop them in the comments.